All rise for the triple premiership captain, Brownlow medalist, All-Australian, a three-time best and fairest. It's Trent Cotchin. How are you, Trent?
Very good. I'm glad that we found the 2 kicks that I did kick 50 metres in my whole career. That
was your greatest achievement, I felt. In
Well
all
done,
your
DC.
games. We all know about your exploits on the field, and we'll get to that and the state of the Tigers shortly. But you're doing some great work off the field, and we want to address that first. Congratulations on the podcast.
Thank you.
Shaped. You're about to go into your third season, which I think drops today. For anyone who's unaware of it, tell us the idea behind this.
Yeah, I suppose for me and past athletes are obviously an easy way for me to connect with, given I am one of those. And effectively through my journey, but also there's been so many moments in their life and careers that have shaped who they are. And I suppose by sharing those stories, it definitely resonates with our audience. And hopefully some of the insights that they provide through the challenging times, but also the great times, people can take them away and apply some of those lessons to their own life.
You've had some big guests
It's called
come through.
Shaped, by the way. I
Shaped.
should put that
On
out
YouTube
there.
and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep.
You've had some big guests come through. Dane Swan, Brendan Favola, Richo, Juddy, Ash Barty. Season 3 guests coming up. So these are all in the can, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Wayne
ready to go.
Carey, Steve Monaghetti, Jason McCartney, some big stories in there. What can you give us a little sneak into what were some of the big takeaways from some of those?
Yeah, I think for me, particularly the guys that have kind of, hit 50 and beyond, there's so much around your professional career where you're chasing something every single day. A lot of it is about slowing down and smelling the roses a bit more, I think, and maybe part of that makeup is what makes them successful in their professional career. But I feel like people are starting to realise that you can race through life and actually not take in those really special moments, whether it's with family, kids, and people. And you hear so many stories where people wish they could go back in time, and that's been, across all of our guests. Steve Monaghetti was an interesting one because I am running a marathon in South Africa in a couple of weeks' time.
Tell us about that. I mean, we get provided with sheets when all of our guests come in, and yours might have actually gone onto a second page. You've got that much. You've got that much going on. You're running a marathon in Africa. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's for Carrie's Beanies for Brain Cancer, trying to raise money to find a cure for brain cancer.
Amazing.
And it's an amazing crew that we're going over with. I'm running it with my wife and a couple of friends as well. So, I mean, I have a newfound appreciation or admiration for long distance runners. Doing a long distance run every Saturday morning, finding the time first and foremost with 3 young kids is one thing, but what you put your body through and the pace that they run is absolutely incredible.
I had one of those GPSs and famously took 43 steps in one day, Trent.
Wow.
Yeah, in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
So maybe I should come on your podcast.
It's a reverse
we can share
about the
stories.
experiences.
So things have changed a bit, haven't they? We just saw this week that the AFL Players Association and the AFL have announced more money for past players. I've often thought this, when players who spend a lot of time, it's the whole focus of their life. When they leave the AFL system, it's like leaving jail when you get your jeans back and your wallet back and they show you the door and they go, good luck out there.
Yeah.
Do you think there's enough done to prepare professional athletes for, I'm talking about our swim team possibly, or other people who devote so much of their space to this one goal? And are they prepared for life after that?
I think there's just a small niche that probably get a lot of the opportunities, and then there's a huge amount of people that kind of go, okay, I've been earning reasonable money, whether you're a top player or mid-tier player. And then you have this transition phase. I remember Chris Judd, who's a very intelligent individual, has his own fund now.
Yes.
But he said, there was a 5 or 6 year period where I really didn't know what the next phase of my life looked like. And for 10, 15 years of your life since you're a teenager, you've been given a structure every year for 10 months of the year where you know exactly what you're doing for every minute of each day. So, I mean, you do become very disciplined. You learn a lot of lessons. You have a lot of attributes that are going to help you in the next phase of life. But knowing what that looks like can be a challenging
They
period.
should be building it out at my house. I'll give them a crash course.
Welcome to the real world, boys.
In how to sit on a couch and eat nachos for 5 hours watching TV. I can get you across the line. We've got to take a break and come back and talk some more with Trent Cotchin.
Triple M Trent Cotchin is with us, Mick Molloy.
We're banging on with Trent about what he's been up to post to football and the podcast Shaped. is out now. Season 3 has dropped. Great guests, a great chat about what life is like for professional sportsmen and how they adapt. You've been pretty busy. You've got your own businesses as well, I see here. What's Posy Socks?
Posy Socks, well, it's a positivity brand, but
Yep.
with positive affirmations on the feet, so that when you put them on in the morning, it's a good way to start the day. But we do collaborations and so forth.
Yes.
One of those being Maddie's Vision.
Yes, thank you very much for those hoodies. They were unbelievable.
So soft.
So soft.
Warm.
Yeah, so it's all about something that has a greater purpose than just a piece of clothing.
And you are also now treading the boards. Tripping the light, fantastic. You're in Dancing with the Stars. You're in training right now.
Yes.
Is it like pre-season training? How's it compare?
It has been a little bit like pre-season training. I mean, you put in the time because you don't want to be made a fool of when you're out there.
What do you like at cutting a rug? Are you any good?
Horrific. I genuinely never ever have danced. Not even after a few drinks at a wedding.
Yes.
I go around the dance floor.
You stand at the wall on the wall.
I'm enjoying the process of actually learning how to dance. I am the most awkward human at the best of times. So dancing with another
What's going to be your
female-
signature dance? What do you think it'll be?
Oh yeah, good question.
Nutbush?
Probably not the tango, because the first thing that they said about that was it needs to be, passionate and sexy, and that just made me cringe. So something a bit more fun, maybe a jive or something like
Treat
that.
it like you're tagging an opposition player. That's it. You've got to get as close as you can. Well, that'll be fun.
It's a good lineup too. I mean, Harry Garside, you'd imagine would be
he'll be
good
great.
with the footwork, being a boxer. Rebecca Gibney, I mean, she's showbiz. A great
She'll be out the
actress.
front.
A couple of votes very early, I would have thought.
She'll be on the
Yeah.
podium for sure. Hey, I want to ask you, that's coming up on Channel 7. I'm sure you'll be great. You will be better than Gavin Wangan, who won't mind me saying he wasn't a natural, I think is the best way to put it. Richmond Football Club, how do you think they're going? We're pumping a lot of games into the kids. Have you been along? Are you still involved with the club?
Yeah, I've been along to quite a few games this year. It's always nice when your kids get to an age where they start to really enjoy footy and sit there and watch games, albeit my youngest, Parker, we spend a lot of time out the back kicking the footy during the game. And I said, that's not the idea of coming to the footy. We can do that in the front yard. But I've been really impressed. I think, they obviously have picked up a lot of talent in last year's draft. There's still a lot of talent on the list. I think it's more just about playing lots of footy together now. I know that there is a stat that teams start to really formulate a strong bond and connection on the field. That's probably what they need to get to, and that's going to take a year or two longer.
Saw Dusty back down the club and in the rooms. That always gives you goosebumps when you see that. Is he going to be taking on anything more substantial at the club?
I'd love for that to be the case. I don't know what his role would specifically be, but he's one of those guys that's actually very footy smart. I can't see him working at the footy club every single day, Mick.
Yeah,
It's not something
there's
that-
more
he
chance of him
could have
doing dancing with
just been there to pick up his car. you never
from
know.
2017.
There's more chance of him doing Dancing with the Stars than coaching.
Oh, God, I don't know.
But it's great to see you guys. I said for my boys because they were spoiled. I remember, so we were 37 years without getting a flag, and my boys were in that window where they saw 3 before they were like 10.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time we were leaving the ground, the MCG, and we'd lost a game. They go, Dad, what happened? I go, what do you mean? They go, we lost. And it occurred to me it's the first time they'd seen Richmond lose at the MCG. And I had to sit them down and go, boys, buckle up.
So it's built a bit of resilience the last couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah, you might want to talk to them on your podcast, I reckon. But I said to them, the fun bit now is, I said to keep them going to the footy because it's fun to watch. But I said, you can work out now whose number you want on your back in the next couple of years, because it used to be yourself and Dusty and Jack. I said, now, boys, so that's what they're doing. They're spending the next 2 years.
Have they got a favourite?
Not yet. I mean, Laylor's up there, of course. But, well, we'll find out more soon. They're making their decisions. So, mate, who's the first step?
It's with Brandon Ellis. Amazing story.
Yep.
Grew up in the Commission Flats
Yep.
in Carlton, and he talks about how much shame and embarrassment he carried with that, but then how much that's kind of defined who he is today and how proud he is that he's managed to make something of himself.
And you're still in contact with him on a regular basis? And
Yes, yeah, catching up with him on the weekend actually, and he's doing the run in South Africa as
What?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
well. Creating memories together.
There's
we
an
always have.
easier way to create memories.
A couple of beers.
Come with me and Mick for knockoff drinks and create some memories.
Create some memories for you,
Yeah,
Trent.
okay.
Congratulations for everything you did for the Richmond Football Club, everything you continue to do in your very busy life. And we didn't mention you're a great family man too. You've got a great family on your hands. We will watch this space with bated breath. Good on you, Trent.
And season 3 of Shaped is out today on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.